Yeah, close enough, I suppose. Going live on the Facebook.
Saying it's playing or nothing.
Oh, some behind the scenes.
Tell me, is this background too busy?
Little bit.
A little bit.
On the Facebook. We're on the Facebook now.
There's a little bit of a delay on the Facebook or in there.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
there is.
latency.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
We're on the Facebook now. Yeah, you just have to mute that.
There's a little bit of a delay on the Facebook or in there.
Well, yeah, latency.
We are now connected to Mojo Fiber.
We're on the Facebook. Yeah, you just have to
Okay,
mute
hold
that.
on. I'm trying to find it.
Right click the tab.
We're on the Facebook now,
and it'll let you mute it.
Delay on the Facebook. Okay, hold on. I'm trying.
Well,
to
yeah,
find it.
latency.
Behind the scenes.
Get it? Nope.
I'm trying to mute the other one.
We didn't have enough show prep.
Wait, what's that?
I know.
I figured it out.
Everyone's getting the behind the scenes. Oh,
All
of course
of our
I'm
mess
gonna
ups.
mute. That's me. Okay, there we go.
I was going to say a bad word, but we're already connected to Mojo, so.
You were gonna say fussed or clucked.
Just plan for the delay next time. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Oh, it's a glorious day.
Let me know if you could hear my son yelling in the background. He's on the VR, and he tends to get really loud.
Yeah, I remember that night. I couldn't tell it was coming from you. I didn't know what it was. It just sounds like someone's screaming like a girl.
Yeah,
It's like, help me.
Yes. I go out and have a bonfire the last couple of nights by myself. I'm all the way out there, and I could still hear him.
Less than a minute. We'll be coming in hot.
Y'all.
Sorry. Check 1 2 check.
Sarah says there's lots of feedback.
Well, she's hearing your stuff.
Oh yeah, before I found mute.
Okay. $24.
Hi, Rocky. I see you said you were excited to see me.
We're coming in hot in a minute here. Coming in hot.
Timmy!
The show is about to begin, folks. 10 seconds.
Something's about.
Oops. Shit. And here we go.
This is going to be a good one.
2.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Warhorse Legacy Foundation Studios. We have a special co-host this evening, the one, the only, let's see, Christopher Walken, Sean Connery, Sven. And Percy, and Michael Ruff. I don't know. There's so many.
No, I relayed a message from Sven to Melissa that Sven is deep in the Appalachian country.
And what was that? Yeah, because I wanted to know if you had a GoPro.
No. Well, the conversation went something to the effect of she missed Sven. I told her that Sven was deep in the Appalachian Mountains, tracking down Bigfoot because he was bound and determined to find out whether or not the size of someone's feet directly correlated with the size of
their hands.
So
their shoes.
He wanted to know if he had a GoPro with him, and there was some confusion between GoPro and Money Shot.
Brian Whitney Bell. Sorry, go ahead. Saying hello to my brother from another mother. So did the feet match the shoes or what?
I haven't heard back.
You know, I did. I don't have it here, but I read a story recently that I think it was a 5-year-old kid, and his family hiked the entire Appalachian Trail. Did you guys see this?
Oh.
No, I heard an old guy did recently.
Oh, well, that's just as impressive. A 5-year-old kid, it's what, how many miles is that? 1,200, 20,
Is it Maine to
800?
Georgia?
It's something like that. It's pretty far.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always wanted to go check it out. I will say that. You have to have a lot of money to take that time off. It was 2 months.
I've been there. I've been on several spots of the Appalachian Trail, but I have never,
Hey, Dawn.
mostly in Virginia and North Carolina.
I believe most people,
Ellie.
because they can't take that much time off, is they do it in sections. You know, they'll
Yeah,
go so
yeah.
far and then come back and then start at that point and keep going.
Kelly Nixon says her nephew just finished it.
Is
Now,
he
I don't know
5?
if that- well, I would hope so. He's finished. I mean, I don't
He's
know
from
how
Finland? What?
From Finland. No, he's not a Uber. eh? When's the last time you guys bought a pair of Levi's? Actual.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Years.
Yeah, it has for me too.
Years.
I haven't.
And I don't
haven't-
even know if they were real because I bought them off of Amazon. So
Well, that's a good point. I don't know either. I have not bought a pair of Levi's for a long time. Not intentionally. You know, I'll just say it like this. I'm not into the cancel culture. You know,
Right, yeah.
Most of them are made in China. With, I believe, I read the other day that with the exception of the 501 string
501 Blues.
of Levi's, they're all made in China. So not, whatever. There's a lot of things we buy in China. These devices we're using, they're made overseas.
That's right. I remember the other guy at the other place used to talk about it. Didn't he have like a real, I don't know, hair across his ass about it?
Oh, possibly, yes. Yes, actually, yes. I do recall that now.
Made in Bangladesh. Thank you.
What
very
are
much.
the
Is it Bangladesh? Okay.
That's my hat is, yeah.
Oh, your hat. I thought you were talking about my ass. Like my
What
ass
are
was
the,
made
uh,
on
what are the button fly Levi's? Are they like 505 or something?
501.
501 Blues.
You didn't have any of them in the 80s?
No.
Not the pre-wash. The ones you had to take home. They smelled like corn. What cornstarch? Oh, and they were so stiff, and you had to take them home and wash the piss out. Not piss, but
I haven't really ever heard zip about the 501 button fly.
dude, it was a thing, and they fit great, man. They were called shrink to fit.
The last
They were.
I had was when I was in the Army. So
Well, one thing about button fly is you can't leave your zipper down.
Yeah, but you can leave your buttons open.
Well, military, BDUs, battle dress uniform, they allow you to.
well, we don't want to use a zipper because that makes too much noise, or the enemy can hear you. So now we're going to use uniforms that have Velcro everywhere.
Yeah, and guess what wears out? Velcro wears out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait a minute.
What?
I don't wait. They use Velcro so it doesn't make as much noise.
No.
There's more noise that comes
No.
from than
No, not the noise.
I mean,
I was poking fun because the military urban legend was they got rid of the zipper fly because the zipper makes too much noise. The enemy can hear
Look,
it.
you get stuff caught in a zipper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like that one guy got the beans above the Frank.
Beans and Franks.
Frankenbeans. Something About Mary. Great movie. You know what? I need to go back and watch that again. That's awesome. Just saying.
It is.
Anyway, the Levi's recently they're offering. Now get this. A lot of you have heard this.
I have.
Racial trauma counseling after the Rittenhouse acquittal.
No,
I know.
I heard that. I heard that
Oh.
people are going through trauma. There's universities, but I didn't hear anything about Levi's.
Yeah, that's what I saw it on Newsmax, I believe, the other day, and so I looked it up. And from newsconcerns.com, Levi's offers racial trauma counseling after Rittenhouse case. I don't care if you agree or disagree with the case or any case. That's how I'm taking this down this road. Really? So this company went political with it.
How?
No, it started with the government and the military and the
Well,
media
sure.
going political with it.
I think it's virtue signaling.
Let's politicize everything. Let's politicize your show.
Don't you think it's passive aggressiveness it's like, look, we're not going to tell you where we stand politically, but we're going to tell you where we stand politically.
Yeah, but how is it racial?
It's not. That's the thing is there was no racial issues in the Rittenhouse case. Period. He shot 3 white dudes. And it was a white guy who shot him.
He shot 3 white dudes who were in support of stealing a bunch of shit.
Yes.
While the black people were doing it, so now they're mad about it.
And we went over this last week. I am at no means the person who is saying, oh, well, thank God that, this guy was a pedophile. This guy was a
because
robber.
that made no difference on the verdict.
It doesn't, because he didn't know that who he was shooting. He just knew who was shooting at him or attacking him.
And I'm continuing to see that that has absolutely nothing to do.
No, it's irrelevant.
With anything. It's completely irrelevant.
It is.
Completely.
So,
and it might be showing a little bit of, I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but it's dumbassery, if you ask me.
Yes.
Cherry picking.
Yeah.
Anchoring. We went over that cognitive bias last week.
Yeah.
The first story you hear is what anchors in your brain. You tend to believe that more than any subsequent news story. So they immediately.
Whatever happened to? Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Let me look into that.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever happened to that?
We don't think like that.
No, because headline news. I mean, and I can make examples out of this. Just by reading, that's what it is. If I just read a headline, you might go, oh my God, I just heard this on the news. And you can run with whatever it was. Oh, yeah. They can run with whatever they want you to give. I mean, sorry, whatever they want you to hear.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a different, let's look at it from a different situation. Let's say you're sitting at a red light and the light goes green and you pull out and ding ding and somebody just slams into the side of you and it kills them. And then it later comes out, well, this guy he beat his wife at home, so you did a good job. You did a good thing.
Right.
That has absolutely yes, that's terrible. Completely separate from the damn issue.
It has nothing to do with the accident.
No, nothing.
Now, you know what? Look, karma catches up with people. Maybe that was, if you want to look at it like this, maybe that in the example you gave, maybe God didn't want that guy to live anymore. And he didn't want this guy's wife to kill him. So he just says, put him in a car accident. It's karma. I don't know. You can look at it however you want. Yeah. But in the case of the accident, him beating his wife is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Pointless.
Right.
You can, and look, like I said, I'm not, look, if you believe Kyle Rittenhouse should have been found guilty, that's on you. Other people believe different things.
However.
What?
Devil's Advocate.
I love that game.
Me too.
It might go to show character of the people that got killed.
Yeah, absolutely. It does, but
it wasn't
accident to comment on it though. So
right,
but it wasn't evidence in the case though.
Right, it's not relevant to the case. Did this guy point his gun at Kyle Rittenhouse first or not?
Well, that'll be in the court of public opinion.
Right, that's what they want you to do though, because and I'm very surprised that after the acquittal, there weren't riots. But on the other hand,
because they knew he was free, he was going to.
Well, I kind of wondered if
mow them all down.
I kind of wondered if the people who would have normally been rioting were thinking, no, because there might be a lot of people with AR-15s hanging out outside the courthouse, and I'm not going to be anywhere around there.
So I was really surprised in this week's, what was it, Tuesday? The acquittal. I mean the the sentencing for the 3 guys, Travis something. It's sad that I don't remember their names, but the one that gunned down the black kid.
Yeah.
Begins with an A. Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey.
So I believe justice was served in that. I don't know how you guys feel. But
I don't know enough of it. I've heard some from both sides where that if he was committing an act of robbery or he was in somewhere and they seen him leaving from a house that was under construction or something and he was running and they took after chasing him, if that's what happened, because that's one thing that I did hear. I don't know. Need to go through and look at it, but what I'm trying to get at is we hear everybody saying we've got to do stuff, we've got to protect our own communities, we've got to do all that. So if somebody does go out and then this guy attacks you while you have a gun, which what happened in another thing, if he attacks you and you fight for the gun and you shoot and kill him, well, he shouldn't have been out there. Well, are we going to take back and watch our communities, or are we just set back and let people come in and steal shit? I mean,
yeah, but but under those conditions, that did not authorize any kind of deadly force, and those guys had law enforcement experience, so they should have known better.
Well, deadly force he had a gun, and the guy charged him and grabbed the gun, and they both struggled for the gun, and then it went off. Not he was in front of him and he pointed the gun at him and shot him. So,
Callie McGinnis Nixon says, in my next life, I want to be a karma fairy. She's over on the Facebook.
Hey, over on the Twitters, we got Wisconsin Jackhole, Sarah, and Heather Cougar Diva.
We have some new listeners popping in lately.
Wow.
Jennifer Tryon. I don't know.
Jennifer Tryon.
Welcome.
Yeah. I see
Yes.
Diana Gibson's in the house again. Scott Morris, Dawn Stanton. I don't know if Brian Whitney Bell's still watching. Brian Bell. Jen Clifton, Miss Sarah Nichols, all kinds of folks over there.
Kathy in the Berg over in, what is this, YouTube? Yeah, and Sarah's over there too. Sarah's everywhere. Leslie Holker. Leslie Holker.
I love the Leslie.
Andy.
Timothy Ratliff, what's up, buddy?
Timothy the
Erica,
pilot,
that
too.
Short gal, Yehudi, Rocky, Roger Rabbit. He made one freaking comment and he left. What the hell? No, he made a couple.
You know, if
Jill,
oh.
Jill, see the Jill Hightower. I know that gal. What's up?
I think you know a lot of gals.
Hey, Kathy said they're going to start doing that to universities, and Kathy, they already have, as far as counseling for safe spaces, and there's always emails going out about either Title IX or you're offended by, you need counseling because of something happened in the news.
You know, speaking of jeans, if Rusty, you wear jeans at work. Sometimes when we work in the shop, I've heard like when you get your jeans greasy, you can like rub coffee grounds on them and get I heard it helps get the stains off your knees or whatever you got.
It's true. And why would he have stains on his knees?
Whoa, stop, time out. Why would you do that to coffee grounds?
Well, you can do that to Starbucks coffee grounds. I wouldn't do it to American Pride Roasters, for God's sake.
Okay, yeah, Starbucks has its place, and it's on grease.
It does. It's for getting grease out of jeans because it's that.
American Pride Roasters coffee grounds I have made because he stopped selling the soaps. I started making my own. Because if I'm going to reuse the coffee grounds, I'm not going to rub them on my dirty knees.
Well, let's be honest.
You have dirty knees.
American Pride, their coffee can cure cancer. I mean, let's just put it out.
Well, yeah.
Well, we're not now.
You can't give the secrets away. But
The product manufacturers do not say that it can cure cancer.
Oh, the manufacturers didn't. Michael Ruff
but
said
it's Ken. Remember advertising.
No, you misunderstood me.
There's no
I didn't
such
say
thing as
cancer. I
false.
said cancer. So if you're suffering from someone named Ken,
Hey, how do you spell that? Don't answer that, Rusty.
Just remember, if you spell country, there's an O in that word.
Yeah.
Well, if you go over to AmericanPrideRoasters.com, you can find all the best flavors in the world of coffee, including the Off-Track Syndicate blend. Yes, we have our own coffee blend.
Wait, we have our own blend?
Yeah. Are you a truck driver?
Yes, I am.
You drink coffee now, don't you?
I do now.
You're finally manning up now that we got our own blend, and it's that good, isn't it, Rusty?
It is freaking phenomenal. It is the smoothest coffee I've ever had. Of course, I haven't had a whole lot, but
well, you have had enough in the past to realize you didn't like coffee until you found the Track Syndicate blend from AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
That's right. You see this? This is cold brew. It's in the making right now. A whole gallon.
It's coffee. It's coffee so badass that it gave Rusty the balls to invite a diesel mechanic on a show with 2 truck drivers.
Right. And you know what? Kelly McGinnis over in the Facebook, Nixon over in the Facebook says she lost respect for Starbucks years ago when the military asked for some coffee and they refused. F them.
Leslie Holker's daughter complimented on the blend.
Good. I know Leslie Holker has ordered a significant amount of Off-Track Syndicate blend from.
Yeah, they get the whole bean and grind that bean themselves.
That's what I do.
Wow.
Right?
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
So where can anybody find that? Where can they order it?
AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Off-Track Syndicate, bitches.
Oh, Melissa, would you ever marry yourself?
No. Oh my gosh.
What? You don't like yourself?
I got rid of my split personality years ago.
What are you, damaged or damaged goods?
Okay, Sybil.
Hello, Miss Barbara Danko. Go ahead.
A Brazilian model who married herself in a lavish ceremony only 90 days ago is filing for divorce.
90 days ago?
Wow.
I'd say she's got crazy eyes.
I could have sworn she was a keeper. Jeez.
She
got tired of her own shit really quick.
It's like, how do you sleep with yourself? I can't.
I hope she went to couples therapy.
Well, who'd she argue with? I mean, maybe that's the problem. She didn't have anybody to talk to. You don't like me anymore.
Well, she was beside herself there for a while.
Oh my gosh.
It would have been worse if she was a Gemini and they're like, there's 4 of me.
I can't feel anything when you make love to me.
Wow.
Wait, come on. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh no. Hold on. Wow. I get interrupted here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just no. Someone got hacked. Someone got hacked. And now I'm probably going to get hacked too. I think you've been hacked.
Oh, night
All right,
say
newsflash. You're not open any.
Yeah, it was from a reliable source, and damn it, shit, I just hit that link.
You've got potty mouth.
Yeah, I do. While she was prepared to be her own soulmate for the rest of her life, is this not the perfect example of narcissism?
Live and let live. As long
but
as
is
I
it or
don't have
not?
to pay for it.
Well,
no, that's crazy.
My philosophy is, does it directly affect me? No, then you do you, boo-boo.
But it's a good story.
Oh yeah, I'm not denying that. You know, I maintain what I said earlier is that it should just count as an annulment. She hasn't been married long enough to go like, I will divorce myself.
It says the 33-year-old has since changed her tune since she fell in love the moment I met someone more special. Was it the person in the mirror as opposed to yourself or your dog? I don't know. She's crazy. I think Melissa's right. I'm guessing by the look of this photo, she's had multiple enhancements or plastic surgeries. Or
her name Courtney.
No, it is.
Wait, let's guess. Wait.
Okay, what?
No. Holly.
No.
Okay, you already said no. Does that mean I get a guess again?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's from Brazil, so.
Oh yeah.
Carmen.
One of those really tough names.
Oh, Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world is she? Yeah, I know.
We found her. She's apparently marrying herself.
Yeah. No, her name's Chris, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, moving on.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was so anticlimactic. Next.
I know. Team
what did I just do
Ofer
there?
Chan.
What kind of a pet name did she have for herself? Her name was Chris. Don't answer that. No, just don't answer.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, how else do you chalk this up besides saying someone is crazy?
I hope she had peanut. That's all I gotta say.
I think that answered it. Silence speaks volumes.
My Tucker Carlson face.
Nailed it.
Says she'd lost hope in men. At the time of her wedding, she told the New York Post that she believed men have a hard time being faithful or staying with just one woman. Well, you're with the wrong men, apparently. So.
Yeah.
Hasn't, I mean, really, ladies, I want to get some stuff from the ladies here. Haven't you, all of you at one point, lost your faith in men altogether?
Hasn't everyone lost faith in the other sex or humanity, period?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm a man.
well-
I've lost faith in men.
Well, nowadays you have so many more choices. At least 121.
No, there's just two.
No, there's just two.
No, you're either straight or
Kathy,
gay. So
Kathy in the Berg said it's better than marrying a tree, I guess.
I don't know. Somebody posted. I think it was Erica who posted in Strange one of those Facebook posts that showed
Yeah.
a tree on tree action. I was
Some
like,
little tree-
ooh,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's a little X-rated.
screenshot
I'm
that, save that for later, put that in the box.
I was a little disappointed that the clean-cut Erica could post something like that.
I know.
okay, so here's a statement. I don't believe her.
You don't believe she married herself?
No, it's says she was actually excited to become single again. I don't believe you. If you're desperate enough to marry yourself, you're full of shit.
Or
Well,
wants
she-
attention?
Of course she does. She's a model. Look, she's one of these models that are people. I don't forget. It doesn't matter if she's a model or not. Everything is so enhanced. You are just full of fakeness. There's nothing real about this girl. It's so unattractive to me.
Really?
Yes.
You can tell on Facebook or whatever. I don't have that kind of phone that can do the filters. Well, I don't know. On Android, I can't. But you can tell that it's a filter usually, especially because they don't have any nose. Like their nose is just like disappearing.
Yes. The bridge of her nose is very narrow. Her lips are ginormous.
So you're saying that silicone parts are made for toys?
Yes. I will say she's from Brazil, so baby has back. And
Oh, yeah. They're pretty hot.
Side to side and tattoos and
Should we leave
Erica,
you with your monitor?
Erica wants to know how the breakup went. Did she throw her own shit out on the lawn?
well, there's that. Yeah.
Yep.
Stuff.
Threw her
thing.
own phone out.
Well, you'll have that because what if she cheated on herself? That.
Well, no, because she divorced herself so she could be with the other person.
Well, there's that. All right, guys, stick around. You know what to do. We'll be right here. Don't go anywhere. Off Track Syndicate. For those folks that are new to the show, you can find us on iHeartRadio. That's where all the commercials are playing that you guys do not hear right now on the YouTube and Facebook.
And anybody commenting on Facebook, yes, we know there's a delay. I don't know how bad that if there's much of a delay in YouTube. I don't see it. I mean, in Facebook, YouTube, I can't freaking talk. Anyway.
Yeah, we looked into that yesterday actually to see what the deal was with the delay, and it's not from us.
Yeah, it's
So,
Facebook.
It is. Yeah.
So I
it
have
is
this
Facebook.
chair here because I thought Gilly would like to participate because I heard a lot of, not complaints, but wondering where Gilly was because she hasn't been on, she's been like super shy. I don't know what's going on. And she's
The mascot has had enough of this shit show.
She's behind the curtain now.
She's behind the
Oh
scenes.
yeah, I guess she's shy. I'll try to coach her
Listen
up
to the
here.
puppy behind the curtain.
Yeah, we're shy. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go tell
Rust-
my kid to shut up.
Rusty or Melissa, who wants to go after the show, after the break?
You want to?
Melissa, I don't have anything. I was tied up all day. I'll have to search some stuff.
Lucky you.
Make some stuff.
So after the break, we'll come in with Melissa.
Meh.
Yep.
Meh.
All right.
I didn't know you were playing the bumper music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I And the bumper music.
What?
Coming in hot, folks. Thought you had to go check on your kid.
Well,
Five,
I'm up, so.
4,
Yeah.
3.
Say hi.
Welcome back into Off Track Syndicate, everyone. Hey, don't forget, go over to warhorselegacy.org, warhorselegacy.org. The great Veterans Foundation that is there to help our veterans, the families of the veterans, and the community of our veterans. Warhorse Legacy Foundation is based out of Northwest Arkansas on a 140-acre ranch where they have an equine program. If you don't know what an equine is, I don't know what to tell you. But
Nay.
nay. Oh, it's horses, folks. It's horses. Come on. The great folks down there at Warhorse Legacy Foundation have partnered with Off Track Syndicate. They are family to us, by all means, and we've come up with a little something that if you guys give a $5 donation to Warhorse Legacy Foundation over at warhorselegacy.org, you get one entry for every $5 you donate, and it gets you into a drawing for a custom limited hoodie, a limited edition mug from Off Track Syndicate as well, and a t-shirt from Warhorse Legacy Foundation. So,
question. If I were to donate $10, would I get 2 entries?
That's right. 2
Nice.
entries. So what you do is when you go over there and you hit the donate button, there's a little thing in there. You can leave a little note for the ladies over there. You just say, hey, this is for the Off Track Syndicate drawing or raffle or whatever you want to call it.
Nice.
Just mention Off Track and they'll know what to do with your money. They're going to put it to good use. That's what they're going to do with it because they're going to help the veterans. And there's nothing better we love than our veterans in this country who keep us safe every single day. That is warhorselegacy.org, warhorselegacy.org.
Off Track Syndicate.
Meh. You have the floor.
Hey, so I was browsing on Facebook this weekend and I saw, I guess the reason it really caught my eye because this debate has been really popular like for the past 5-10 years. But I think the reason I sat there and reread it is because I saw a lot of, there was people from our audience commenting, and I know other jackholes were commenting, and some people have really strong opinions about it, and no, it's not the vaccine. And I did a deep dive on this controversy, and believe it or not, it's a study. Why don't people return their shopping carts?
I do.
And okay, before anybody, so there's reasons. This is a two-part story. Some people say the receptacle, and both of these articles that I'm going to summarize have to do with not bringing the cart all the way back to the store, but just using the
Cart returns.
Yeah. And some people say that the receptacle is too far from where they park their car.
Lazy.
They have a child whom they don't want to leave unattended. And I was guilty of that when he was a baby because we're in the, somebody's ready to call the cops on you. The weather is bad. They have a disability that is prohibited to easy movement. The perception.
Yeah. I'm right there. I think I'm with Michael. Go ahead, Michael. You say it.
But they shopped.
Right.
So they wheeled the cart
All
throughout
the
the
way.
entire store, wheeled the cart from the store to their car, but then their disability keeps them walking the extra feet to put it in a cart return?
Thank you. Thank you. Because
That makes total sense. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Absolutely. I agree with that.
Hey, I'm a disabled vet. Sure. Yeah. I can.
Yeah.
Screw your Beamer. Here's a shopping cart.
Screw the beaner. The perception that it's someone
No, I said
else's
Beaner,
job.
BMW.
The perception that it's someone else's job to collect the carts.
Yes, from the cart return. Don't be an asshole. You know what? To me, it's not about the people who work at the store. It's not my job. No, you're right. But don't be an asshole because those carts can get blown around the parking lot, or if it's on a slope, can roll down and hit
boy,
someone's
were those
car.
lucky carts.
Because I guarantee you, the first time you come out to your car and there is a cart that has slammed into your door, are you still going to be an asshole? Well, probably so. But maybe you'll take the cart back to the return.
And the other one, the other reason is they're leaving the carts for someone else to easily pick up and use.
Bullshit.
Okay, so the categories of people are, number one, are returners, people who always return their carts to the receptacle regardless of how far away they've parked or what the weather is like. They feel a sense of obligation or feel badly for the people responsible for collecting the carts.
No, I don't feel bad for them. They have a job to do. But I will return it to the I mean, look, if someone walks by and said, I must say, would you like a cart? By all means, take it inside with you. If there's not, I'm going to put it in the cart return. If I'm close to the front door, I have taken it into the front door.
Part two of this is going to go into a little bit more depth. But right now, the second category is never returners, people who never return their carts. They believe it is someone else's job to get the carts or the supermarket's responsibility and show little regard.
I bet those are the same type of people that marry themselves.
Yeah, probably so.
Convenience returners, people who will return their cart if they parked close to the receptacle or if they see a cart attendant.
Dawn Stanton says she parks near the cart return so she can find it.
I'm doing
That's
really
not a bad
good with
idea.
pronouncing my R's tonight.
Leslie Holker says it's the same. The people who don't return them are the same people who will spend an hour or so in the store and then scream if they have to wait 2 minutes in line.
Yeah. Yes. Jennifer May over on the Facebook says, she said, I just said that twice, didn't I? I also grab my cart from the return instead of getting one inside, which absolutely. I don't
I was
cool.
just going to read that one.
I don't normally do that, and it's not on purpose. I just don't think about it. But I'm guessing that some people are like, nowadays especially.
Now there have been times where I've emptied the cart and I see somebody walking up. I'm like, hey, do you need a cart? Because I've been walking up to the store before when someone finishes loading their car, and I'd be like, hey, I can take that for you. So I'll be like,
That's really nice.
Yeah.
but that's different than like, oh, look, someone has a brand new SUV. I was like,
Yeah,
but
those people aren't really aware of their surroundings. And the fifth
I've
category.
noticed that more and more driving. They're just people that just are completely oblivious.
And the fifth category is child-driven returners. These are people with children who view it as a game to return the carts, often riding them back to the receptacle or pushing them into the stack lines. Those are people that, do return.
I
If
don't see
you're
anything
going to do
wrong
it,
with
make
that.
it fun.
Look,
Make it fun.
What I like to do is I like to force my cart on. Like if I see somebody coming up, I just like, oh wait, you need a cart, and I just kind of like throw it at
Shove
them.
it at them.
Yeah, and it like rolls towards them, and they kind of like have to take it. Oh, yeah.
Rape
In the
his
back of
cart.
the
But
legs.
sit last, it's yours.
It hits them in the back of the
Yeah,
thighs there, and then
Yeah,
knocks
I
them
hit
into
a
the
little
cart.
old lady one time. She went to the ground. I said, just use the cart. You can pull yourself back up. And,
Okay,
So you're that guy.
So they did some studies, some social experiments, because, I love social experiments and human behavior.
We are all social experiments right now.
Yes.
So how much do you really love them?
We always are. Always. It's like I heard on the radio a couple months ago, if you didn't get the vaccine because you didn't want to be part of a study, congratulations, you are the control group.
there you go.
Well, say that again.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't get a vaccine because you didn't want to be part of an experiment, it didn't work because now you're the control group.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Whatever.
I'm very controlled. We're all very controlled.
Okay, so
Stuff.
so I'm not going to get into their behavioral study. It just talked about how people mimic other people, how we're very tribal, and somebody does this to their cart, whatever. But so the second part, the follow up to that article, this was in Scientific American, by the way, and she got so many replies and comments that she did a follow up article within a couple of weeks. And so here are some of the comments people said. I think one can measure a person's character by what they do with shopping carts when they are done with them. There are only a few behaviors that cause me to judge people: how they treat service industry workers, how they treat animals, and whether or not they return the carts, assuming they have kids that don't need supervision. If I catch a perfectly healthy person that just leaves a cart in the parking lot, I will make it a point to call him on it. And I always return my shopping cart because I don't want to think of myself as lazy or inconsiderate. So some people return their carts just for the social pressure. It's not like they really want to return their cart. They do it because they don't want anybody to say, "Oh, look at that person." Yes, Sean.
Okay, so we all kind of give our thoughts on this leading up to this part of the conversation. Mm-hmm. And now you're telling me that this lady calls people out for not returning their carts.
Yeah, these are random comments here from different.
Oh, I was gonna say,
random. Okay,
yeah, it's not the author. This is the feedback she got.
So in that case, what are you, the freaking cart police? Are you virtue signaling here that you're better than everybody else? No, I agree. Return your damn cart. I don't need you. No one needs you telling people or shaming people because they didn't. Live and let live. Go about your day.
Some people sit on a high horse and judge people on this.
We just did.
Yeah,
we did.
We all did.
But I'm not going to call them out on it. That's their business, not mine.
And
not my business.
Look, it just goes. It just goes to the thing where, why is it now? It's been going on for literally decades.
Yes.
Since what, the 50s, the 40s, when supermarkets and stuff became a thing, and there's carts, and whenever I guess somebody can look at it's been going on for decades, and you're gonna start calling people out and saying shit to people now. I mean, because why? Because you don't have another an important issue to call somebody out on, or so it's this. So shopping carts are your thing.
I wish
carts, that's the thing.
Rusty, so like I said at the beginning of the story, I can't, I heard this and I saw it on Facebook and I've seen it in opinion pieces in different news outlets. I can't believe this is a thing, but I guess like a small gesture or small responsibility dictates how we view ourselves as the society. But you got to remember back then, Rusty, like back when, I don't know what years they were, but attendants used to do that for you. They would wheel your groceries out, take your cart, bring it back. So if you notice, there's a lot of these businesses that are putting more responsibility on the patrons of the store. Now you have to take your own cart back. Now you have to bag your own groceries. Now you have to check out yourself.
Let's see, that's not really fair because I've been checking myself out for years.
Everybody has.
I look good in these pants.
Everybody has.
I really do. No. over on YouTube. Let's see if I can find it again. Holly Ann says, "I push my carts into the nicest cars because I'm jealous." Track,
hi Holly.
Or endorse this. You do you, boo boo.
Indiana Mike over on the Twitter says calling someone out is a great way to get your ass beat. Amen, brother. And I will say, going back to the other person that had said they judge people, or I'm not going to get this verbatim here, but how you treat people in the service industry, I do agree with that. That is a good judge of character.
I do too. I pay very close attention when you go to a restaurant.
Yes.
All right.
What? Go ahead.
When you go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So one of the first shopping carts was introduced on June 4th, 1937 by Sylvan Goldman, owner of the Crap, I lost it.
Hi, Alexa.
A Humpty Dumpty supermarket chain in Oklahoma.
Well,
Humpty Dumpty.
Remind me never to play Trivial Pursuit with that man.
I know. He knows.
I'm
No,
reading it.
He's Google.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Well, he had me fooled. I was convinced. So, like, that sounds like recollection.
Jamie, has she been drinking?
So
The invention did not catch on immediately. Men found carts effeminate, and women found them suggestive of a baby carriage.
Get out.
hey,
After hiring-
fun
yeah.
fact: everybody calls these shopping carts different things.
I hate it.
Here-
Nope, they're shopping carts.
Buggies.
They're buggies.
Yeah.
No,
In Rhode
Yeah.
Island,
That explains it
Not-
because in England they're buggies.
the cart.
in
Right?
Rhode Island, they are carriages.
No,
We call them carriages.
Wow.
everywhere else. Okay, so
It's a shopping cart.
well, they're just carts shopping. Right. East Coast is carriage. South is buggy. Everywhere else in the country is carts that I'm aware of. I don't know. I've always called it a cart, but I'm from the Midwest, so.
So for non-returners, for the people that don't return their carts, here's what a couple of them had to say. As a mom of 4 sons, I used to purposely leave my cart out of the place intended. So the store, okay, this is on the basis of the camp of economics. The
I was
reason
going to say,
why
am I going to lose my shit?
So the responses for their excuses were based on the camp of economics, saying, as a mom of 4 sons, I used to purposely leave my cart out of the place intended, so the store would need to hire young kids.
They already hired
Another
them.
one said, did you ever work any of your shifts for free? I doubt it. Did you think it was appropriate to stand around and get paid for nothing because everyone was a good citizen who returned their carts? Or who would have preferred to be fired because of position? And then another one was, I don't return my carts on principle. Although I don't block parking spaces, I put them on islands and curbs. My assumption is that if the cart wrangler could get a better job, he would. So I'm doing my part to keep him gainfully employed.
Okay. First of all, I will say that I have had to put a cart in an island or up on the curb, whatever, a couple times, not seeing any cart returns. And I'm not, it might have been a shopping center, not a grocery store or something or other. But the people who are saying, I leave them out because, people need jobs and all this. They do. They have. Look, I actually did this when I worked at the grocery store. We bagged groceries, and then we would take turns going outside, collecting carts and bringing them into the store. Now, we had cart returns, and it look, you want to lower your prices or keep the prices low because time is money. If the customer puts it in the cart return where we've given you opportunity for you to put them there, it doesn't take as much time and money for the people who work there to go and collect them all.
Yeah.
And get back inside and do their jobs inside the store.
How about Aldi with
Yep.
the put the quarter in to take the card out?
That's not a bad idea.
That's
Yep.
how it was in
Damn
Europe.
good idea.
I'm
When
for
I
that.
lived in Italy, all of the grocery stores on the island I stayed at, there was no major stores. But if I went to the mainland, they would have the stores where you had to put a euro in, and then
A euro. What flavor?
euro.
With some tzatziki sauce or
It was euro, not a euro.
oh, not a euro. Okay.
No, it's euro.
Euro. Gotcha.
So, talking
And-
about that, thinking it's people's this. I don't know. I worked at a grocery store for many years before I joined the Navy. Did you know I was in the
Wait,
Navy?
you were in the Navy?
Yeah, it's
You were in the
crazy.
Navy?
I know.
No way.
Oh my
Stop
God.
it, you sons of bitches.
What? Tell us all about that.
Wait, you were in the Navy?
But
Yeah.
you
Who
were in
knew?
the Marines? What the frick?
Yeah. I
No, he wasn't.
I almost dropped the Army.
Yeah. there you go.
So
well, at least we weren't Air Force, right? Right.
Oh,
was-
hey, wait. I resemble that remark. There it is. The old Air
So-
Force salute.
at the grocery store that I worked at, there was never a person or a title to go get carts. They were all either cashiers, baggers, stock people. That's not a designated job. So you're not taking anything away from if you're leaving the carts out for job security for these people. It doesn't work because none of them are assigned. I never saw on the work schedule cart chaser or carriage returner. No, that's kind of like a
augmentee or
it's a side job or something.
Yeah. Whoa. Every guy likes a good side job. Mm-hmm. I don't mean it like that. From this. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
Moving on.
You can judge me.
That didn't sound right.
Yeah. I push the cart out to the car. I unload my groceries, and then I just sort of aim it down the aisle and give it like one or two good runs, and just let it go. I mean, get them wheels of work out there.
Don Stanton over on the Facebook page says the employee also has the job of helping those who need it. That was something we did too. If helping someone out to put their groceries in their car. I know it's still a thing, but when I worked at the grocery store, that was something we asked every customer. Of course, this was back in the days of paper bags, and during that time it was paper or plastic. Which one would you like? And now it's all, look, I can almost, when I go to the grocery store, I can grab every bag of groceries at one time because you just start slipping your hands through the holes and fondling it, whatever. I don't know what to do with my hands at this
bags.
point. Sorry.
I like paper bags so much better.
Yeah,
less bags.
Buffs out my cowbell.
Whatever.
You're doing this on
purpose. Yeah, you know what? I don't see that as much. I don't see. That's a good point, Don. I don't see grocery stores, at least check local listings, helping people to their cars with their groceries like I used to. Maybe I don't know. Is that a thing
on the military bases? I was in the Navy, but on all the military bases, they
the commissary.
The commissary.
Commissary.
People. Yeah, the commissary. The commissary. Now you have a choice on whether or not you want a bagger, but for the most part, somebody is there, but they work on tips.
All right, we're real quick. Rusty looks confused. Rusty,
what? No bell?
In the military, the commissary is a place where military families buy their food.
Oh, is that right?
Did you get the white erase board out?
No, I'm just vet-splaining.
Vets. Oh, I wasn't allowed to take you guys to base when you were here last time because of COVID. They had we were in Threat Con Charlie.
What?
Well, because the liquor store is really cheap.
Well, look, the next time. Look, I've been trying to. I don't know if it's going to happen, but someone mentioned, I think last week, that there needs to be a trip back down to Mississippi in December. I've been trying to convince someone that should happen.
Yeah, give me that person's number.
By all means, I'll give her phone number.
Oh yeah, come on, guys, let's meet up down there at Mississippi's and
Yeah, the semi-annual party.
Will there be Tannerite?
Yes.
I'm not going without Bobby. I'm just saying.
I will call Brandon. Tannerite. Brandon is celebrating his retirement, I think, next week. Brandon Jeffrey.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
yes.
December 5th, I think it is.
That is going to be a celebration.
Yeah.
How big is the explosion going to be is the question I have.
I don't know how.
Can it be seen from space?
He's got way more land than we do. So, and he built a pond recently, or dug a pond. You don't build a pond. What the hell
No,
well,
you
can if it's
use
on
the Tannerite to hollow out the pond.
Ruff. This is a guy who set up this guy she's talking about. We had him on the show
twice,
a couple of times.
Yeah, him and Amory King.
He set a 50 cal up inside of his house and shot out through a window to a target. However far,
That outside wasn't far enough, so he had to go inside to get far enough back.
Yeah.
Open up both bay doors.
I think wasn't it, Melissa, he shot like through the house?
He did, through at his kitchen table, through a door, and through a window.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
And all's fine.
Look.
Impressive.
He doesn't need a ghillie suit when he's hiding in the kitchen.
Right?
That's right.
Why
Does your ghillie suit have forks and spoons on it? Shh.
Oh, pampered chef. Boom!
Yes.
Oh, well. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, so to end this, to
Yes.
put a little button in the story. These comments
Oh,
also
Velcro.
further
We don't
emphasize.
do buttons
Oh,
anymore.
Velcro.
Yeah, military.
Expectations. Our social nature enables the care and support of those who are less able to function in our society. And so the question is, when do we start making allowances on how we can encourage that kind of behavior? So the funny thing is, I think I'm pretty sure Leslie was on this Facebook post that I saw, but I think it was on a Friday night. That Saturday morning, I decided to go to Scientific American where I knew this article was. So Saturday, I'm, reading all of this, and then I go to Walmart Marketplace, and the little cart, instead of getting the big carts, like the small ones are in high demand. Like, it's rare you can get a small one. And I found one, and I did my shopping. I went back to the truck, and some lady's like, "Oh, I'll take your cart back for you." I was like, that is so weird. First of all, that never happens. But after I do this story, some lady asked if she could take my cart back. She's like, because she just got done unpacking her groceries and putting them in her car, and she saw me. I was like, wow, that's so weird.
No? I said, is that a euphemism?
Just one ding.
Putting away your groceries?
Yeah, she was unpacking them.
Did you buy a salad?
I packed her trunk.
Packed her trunk. That's what it was. I think something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
Well, then.
I'm going to have to put this away. I'm going to get in trouble.
Hey, Ruff.
Yes, sir?
Do you smoke cigars?
No, I do not, actually.
Well, what the hell good are you?
But if you did.
Why are you here?
If I did.
Can we boot him?
Definitely go to piratecigar.com.
There's my girl right there.
There we go. Look, there it is right there. Look.
Pirate Cigar, piratecigar.com. You guys should go over to piratecigar.com and you can find all of the world's greatest cigars from Off Track Syndicate. You have the Mississippi, the Rusty Lug Nuts, and the Whiskey 6 cigars over there. Go check them out. You can get the assortment as well. It's a great place. Miss Jen Torres will hook you up, ship you out some fine cigars, rolled by a Cuban, as a matter of fact. So how much,
Yeah.
how much
Classically trained in the Cuban rolling cigar tradition.
Yeah, well, it's stuff. So anyway, Rusty, are you going to have anything when we come back from the break?
Yeah, I might. I want to give a quick shout out to TimmyThePilotShow.com, TimmyThePilotShow.com. Thank you, buddy, for everything that you have done and you do. Y'all go check out his website and all that. He's a good guy. But yeah, Pirate Cigar. Y'all go buy a cigar, pass them out for baby announcements and weddings, and
How about they just buy them because they like to smoke them?
because it's Tuesday.
And they're
And
good.
it's good.
You know.
They are really good.
Good quality
Oh, yeah.
cigars.
Yeah, but Cigar Tuesday doesn't really have that ring to it. So.
Cigar Saturday. How about Cigar Saturday?
Cigar Saturday, Cigar Sunday.
Well, you could be sitting here having a glass of whiskey and smoking a cigar on a Sunday right here watching Off Track Syndicate. How about that?
That is
PirateCigar.com, guys. PirateCigar.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right here. You stay right here with us. So, you know where we're at. Don't go anywhere.
I forgot to ask.
Uh-oh.
How well do Pirate Cigars go with APR?
Perfectly.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I mean, American Pride Roasters and Pirate Cigars together?
I mean, come on.
Talking like a dream or something.
Look, it's not about inhaling because
No.
Clinton, he never inhaled.
No, you're not supposed to. You're not
The
supposed to.
flavor, you draw it in. It's the flavor that it leaves. It enhances the off-track syndicate blend of American Pride Roasters. So, I mean, boom, win-win,
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
Wonder what the commercials are right now on the network.
I don't know.
They need to change them up a little bit. We need to pull some of ours out. Sorry, there's no Melissa here to ring a bell, but you know what I mean. And stuff.
My pants.
Yeah, Rusty, I was telling Bobby about maybe it would be great if we could all go down to Melissa's house. It would be great. I don't know if, we'll be able to make it
because she
happen.
needs, she's been away for what she needs a little more Rusty
Who
in her
does?
life.
Who
Bobby.
does? Oh, she does she?
Ding, ding.
Absolutely. Come on.
Wow, did you hear? I heard someone behind you over there saying, "Oh my God." Keep him in line, Judy.
Reach through the screen and slap him.
What?
I'm going to give Bobby permission to smack him when she needs to.
What she?
Bobby, I think you heard that. You get to smack Rusty the next time you see him.
I bet you won't.
She probably won't now. She's too nice for that. She might do it out of fun, though.
Damn it, Bobby.
Right there in the cheek. Your cheek of your face. Cheek of your face.
I
Oh,
guess
Stephen
we're
Isles.
losing Kathy and Knights Who Say Knee. Thank
Well, good
you all
night.
for joining us and
Yeah,
supporting us and hanging out.
But they're no longer the knights who say knee. They're now the knights who say tang zip woo boing.
Stephen over on Facebook says he ordered more cigars this weekend and smoked a
Damn.
Mississippi this afternoon.
Whoa, ding. Where's the
Holy
bell?
crap.
Wow. So Stephen had Melissa in his mouth.
Whoa. Dude, where is he
She's
from?
out of the room. She
Steven,
can't.
where
I
are
don't-
you at? Where
are you from, Stephen?
Yeah, where are you from, buddy?
Rusty wants to meet up with you.
Well,
That way you guys can hang out and you can put Rusty in your mouth.
I'm supposed to meet up with the Hammer. He only lives like an hour.
Whoa, what?
The Hammer over on Twitter. I want to.
You mean James in Alabama?
Yeah, James in Alabama. The Hammer. The Hammer.
Yeah, we met him in Nashville.
Oh my.
Yeah, we did.
We had a good time down there in Nashville. Had a great time, actually. It was a lot of fun.
What are you talking about? I had a fantastic time in Nashville. Oh yeah.
Don't be giving away your and Judy's secrets.
yeah.
I don't want to hear that stuff.
When I was in my third band, we were all active duty out of the same unit. We actually took our leave together and took a band trip down to Nashville. That was pretty fun.
Like marching band?
No, like a country rock band.
I was in a band called Marching Band.
I bet you were.
Yeah, we were a cover band for John Philip Sousa.
Dog. There's a dog.
Gilly? She can't hear
Beaver
herself.
says she smoked something from the guy on the corner. She got from
Down on the corner, out in the street, where Holly was smoking something that smelled like feet.
Oh.
there she is. Gilly makes her appearance.
Yeah, it was the official off-track syndicate mascot. Gilly, 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 Gilly.
Coming in hot. 4, 3, 2.
Good girl.
You know, some facts of life should be self-evident, right?
Yeah.
They should, yeah.
Can you give me an example?
Don't spit into the wind. Never whittle toward yourself.
Is that a euphemism too?
Keep going, Rusty. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, anybody else? No. If you're digging a hole, quit digging.
Don't use too much starting fluid when inflating a tire.
Well,
should
that's
be
always
bad.
fun.
The starting fluid actually says don't use this to inflate tires.
It
But
works.
we've done it. Yes, it does. How about this as an example? How about dead people don't come waltzing out of a mortuary?
Oh, that'd be
Are
cool.
you sure?
Yeah, well, no, the story says that.
Is that science?
Well, it's, outside of like religious text or, horror movies, of course, where that stuff happens. But recently, though, one Indian man, I'm not sure the answer to your next question, Dot or Feather. I don't know. I haven't got that far. Okay. But I'm guessing it's Dot because of his name here now that I see it. He managed to flaunt the laws of nature. He died only so that the hospital staff could pull him out of the mortuary freezer 7 hours later.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah. Srikesh Kumar, 40.
Nailed it.
I did actually nail that one. That was right on target. 40 years old, is an electrician from Moradabad.
Nailed it.
I nailed that one, didn't I? Of North India, November 18. He was involved in a serious traffic accident when a speeding motorcycle plowed him down. I didn't do it. I swear I didn't hit anybody. Although first responders rushed him to a nearby district hospital, the doctors declared there was nothing they could do to save the man. That same night, they pronounced Kumar had died from his injuries, reported the Times of India. As per standard procedure, the hospital staff wrapped his body up, wheeled him into the freezer. He was only supposed to come out of there the next day for post-mortem, examinations and stuff. He's breathing. 7 hours later, Kumar's relatives arrived at the hospital to identify his supposed corpse and authorized his autopsy. Among them was his sister-in-law, blah, 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 Gautam.
Nailed it.
Madhubala, actually, that's her name.
You got to wonder how that went, notifying them. Hey, your loved one that was dead. Surprise!
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah.
I think everyone was surprised. I mean, probably him too, to wake up in the mortuary. He'd probably be most surprised. And cold as hell, by the way. Police wanted 4 family members for signing paperwork and decided to enter the mortuary. I touched his cheek and called him brother-in-law, she recalled. However, Gautam noticed something strange. Kumar was warm and moving. And as far as she knew, dead people aren't supposed to do that.
Dead ringer.
So did the family approve of the autopsy before or after they noticed him breathing?
I think they went there for that and found him to be alive.
I'm just saying, knowing my family, like, oh, he's breathing? Yes, we approve the autopsy.
Okay, this kind of bothers me here. It says the moment Gautam noticed that Kumar was still alive, was caught on video. That has since been posted on social media. I haven't seen it.
Now we're searching for it. We gotta find it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, if you don't want to see the severely injured man, don't click on that link. Just saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Erica Sauer says, "Holy crap! You wake up naked on a slab in a mortuary." I mean,
yeah, that's not the kind of naked you want to be.
No. So we have a guest in the chats. I believe it's Rocky with Abnormal Realities with Ron and Rocky.
Rocky Stucci.
Yeah, the
Stooch.
YouTube. The Stooch. Yeah.
Is he on YouTube?
The meatball.
He's on the tubes.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know that show, Abnormal Realities is on weekdays 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Mojo 50. You can find them on iHeartRadio. And I think anywhere you can find a podcast like ourselves. Great show. I listen every night that they're actually on. I'm going to give him some shit here. We miss it when they're not live.
I know, right?
It's man, they have a great time. Have you ever Fridays? Freaky Friday, what up? Freaky Fridays is very fun. And do not under any circumstances let your children, probably PG-18 at this fact, don't let them listen to Freaky Fridays if they're young, immature.
Why?
I mean, even if you're an immature adult.
It's a good show.
Oh,
18 plus, yeah.
Freaky Friday. It's everything goes. Dude, look, you think this show's bad? No. We got nothing on Freaky Friday.
Look, I'm thinking at some point next year, when next year rolls around, if we're all still here, I want to go back to Texas because I really want to grab Rocky's butt because, hey, he's got a,
He's got a what?
I want to
he's got a
go.
butt that needs grabbed,
I
I
heard he
want to
had
go to Texas just to watch Rusty grab Rocky's butt.
There you go.
If we go to Texas, we got to go to that haunted place that they're going to next week. I would totally, 100%, I would totally sleep in there. I would go up to the attic by myself.
Oh, yeah, I would too. Abso-freaking-lutely, I would.
I think you guys are just saying that so they'll invite you. Be
No, they're all filled up. Brad already said.
They're all.
That's why you said you would absolutely.
I would. No, we'll do ours. We'll do the off-track one.
The bridge up by Denton. I don't remember the name of the bridge they were talking about the other day. It's up by Denton, Texas. It's just south of town there. I had to look that up to see exactly where it was. It's a little out of my way, but I do go to Denton kind of regularly. Business stuff. I kind of think I should drive down there. Goatman's Bridge. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. Why am I not finding our show live on?
On what? What did I do?
What? Because I got it on Facebook and on YouTube's.
Yeah, I'm. It's not popping up over here.
I would totally.
I would love to go down there.
I'm not scared. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Holly, you would have to go. Holly would have to go.
Oh yeah, Holly definitely would, but
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
She lives in Pennsylvania. Well,
yeah, she needs to
is
go.
Rocky
She
still
would
watching?
love-
I'm trying to get over to the YouTube so I can see what's going on. But it's
yeah, he said Goatman's is 40 minutes from him.
Yeah, right. It's probably the place I go is literally just north of town. It's just up north of the couple truck stops there, right off the interstate 35. So by all means, if I could work that out, maybe I'm usually down there on a Thursday. So
Holly would go to
afternoon.
Gettysburg.
I don't know
And
if you guys are
Erica
free on
said,
Thursday.
"I'll be at the bar waiting for you guys, running and screaming."
Yeah, there he is. I see him now.
That won't happen. I mean, if I see something, I see something. They're not going to hurt me. So, I'm not worried.
So is it confirmed that it was Ron or Rocky talking?
I'm
Rocky.
pretty sure it's Rocky.
Okay. It's the same thing when I go over to their show and I'm watching on the YouTube. It shows up as Off Track Syndicate. And I think everyone finally figured out that it's me. But, of course, you guys could do the same. We could all bombard them with messages.
Well, you kind of just said it was you. So.
Well, I did now, but they know it's me. I've had to clarify that in the past. They've asked. Some people have asked. So, but, yeah, by all means, guys, go over and check out Abnormal Realities weekdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, Mojo 50, iHeartRadio, YouTube. The show is not on Facebook anymore. But
What
YouTube,
they do?
What?
Why aren't they on Facebook anymore?
I think they just wanted to get everybody over in
Okay, that
more
makes sense.
centralized.
Well,
Yeah, it does. It's easier. I will say that.
seriously, Facebook sucks.
It's beginning to suck a lot like
Facebook.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas doesn't suck. So anyway, I have where we were in the middle of a story actually.
I know. I'm sorry. That's my
No. It's good. It's I'm still getting used to this new monitor here. As you can see, I feel like I'm looking up at the freaking Empire State Building.
We're still not on the Levi story, are we?
No.
Okay.
No. That was a different show, I think, actually. Rusty, you had some things there.
I got a story. Now, see, this is getting away from the ha-has and all that, but
Get closer to your mic.
oh, sorry. This is away from the ha-has and all that.
Put it up to your mouth.
I
said put it up to your mouth.
Yeah, I will. An ex Kansas City officer sued the sheriff's deputy Sheriff's Department is killed by the police.
What?
What?
A former Kansas police detective who last year sued a sheriff's deputy for running him over in a field has been fatally shot by a police officer in Kansas City.
Oh, do we suspect foul play? I do.
Lionel Womack was killed during an encounter Monday. I don't know the exact time. This has been a couple days ago. After police received 911 calls about a man standing in the road, pointing at the sky and trying to jump in front of traffic. Lionel Womack was hired by the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department in 2007, promoted to detective in 2018, and terminated in August 2020 after numerous policy violations and conduct issues. When they received the call, officers arrived at his location. Womack started running toward them in an aggressive manner. This was all captured on video, which they have not released yet. Womack attempted to get into the passenger side of the police car, then ran around the vehicle where he came into contact with an officer. Womack reached toward the back of his pants, and the officer, assuming he had a gun, drew his weapon. Womack then tried to get in the driver's seat of the patrol car, and a fight ensued where he went for the officer's weapon, which discharged 2 shots. Womack successfully disarmed the officer, pointed the weapon at that officer and another one, and who shot and killed him. So there was video of the altercation that he's talking about where he was run over. I can tell you he was nearly naked. He was in his underwear. In the video, he is running through a field, and there are 2 cop cars chasing after him. One
Tucker Carlson
SUV
face.
officer runs up and hits him, kind of with the car, and he falls under it, and the front tire runs over him. And I guess that's what he sued them for, saying that they did it on purpose. Now, I don't know what the details of all that are, but then this encounter happened, and they killed him. So,
Jeez.
yeah, that's
I don't trust all that stuff.
Womack came from a law enforcement family. His wife, stepfather, mother, and aunts are all part of the police department, dispatchers, police officers, and a sergeant. Womack alleged in an excessive force lawsuit that the Kiowa County Sheriff's Department intentionally drove over him. It kind of, I don't know. It kind of appears that way, that the guy does hit him. I mean, it's pretty evident. Of course, when things happen in war and all that stuff happens, but he hits him with the corner of the car, and he falls, and the front tire runs over him. Now the car completely stops, and then he crawls out, from under it. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like this guy had some sort of a mental break, because he's naked pretty much for his underwear, and there's 2 cop cars chasing him, and then this other incident happens later. So I don't know. It's terrible. Somebody, cop lost his life, and all this happened. But yeah, so
I don't know if I believe that this was accidents.
Sounds fishy.
Yeah, I found this over on Yahoo News, and they do have the video there. I'm sure you can search Womack and video, but the dash cam video, I mean, the car the SUV runs up and hits him right about where the headlight is, and then it runs over him. But I mean, naked, running from cops, or pretty much naked. You know, I don't know. Who knows?
Seems
It's terrible.
And this didn't happen in Florida?
No, this was Oklahoma. Did I
Oh,
say?
they said Kansas.
Maybe Kansas. Yeah, Kansas City. There you go.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Kansas City, Kansas, or Missouri?
No, Oklahoma, Kansas.
Kansas City, New York? No?
No.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
anytime
okay.
somebody in my family hears something that happened on the Mississippi River, they're all like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Because you live in Mississippi. I mean, the river goes right by your house, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I could see it from my lawn.
Just it's only 50 miles across the water, isn't it? Sarah Palin? I don't know. Michael, did you get that message I sent you?
Oh, no.
Okay. Anyway,
You send it again?
wait, what? It's on Messenger or text message.
1 second.
Either one. Rusty, did you have something else?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I do.
was completely
Where are we
unprepared.
at for time here?
Nothing-
We got a couple minutes.
Nothing in this day or cognitive biases.
You have something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, well, fine. I will. What's the likeliness you would find an upside down naked woman wedged between two buildings?
Huh? What? What's wedged?
Upside down naked woman wedged between two buildings.
Is there tequila involved?
I don't know.
It wasn't me if there wasn't tequila
I'm
involved.
saying if there's tequila
I
involved.
mean-
It could be the likeliness could raise.
I'm allergic to tequila. Every time I drink it, I break out in handcuffs.
I'm not
There
sure
you
if
go.
that's good or bad, but it is California.
Are they furry handcuffs or are they like the standard bling?
I had too much tequila. I couldn't tell you.
I
Those records have been sealed. What are you talking about?
don't believe you. Naked California woman who was wedged into an 8-inch space. That is a small woman.
Ding.
Yeah. Between two buildings was freed by firefighters. You know, firefighters are really good at their job and we all appreciate them. My question, well, it's not really a question. I have a feeling that I know why it took nearly 3 hours for them to rescue her. She was naked.
Well, yeah.
Slow down.
Why couldn't they just put a little oil on it or
Yeah.
spit on
It's
their
New
hand or
York.
something?
They're all lubed
It's
up.
New York. We need a couple pounds of butter.
Some motion lotion. So she'd slide right down. Never mind. Okay.
Annalise.
Concerned citizens around North Harbor Boulevard. I'm sorry, Melissa, can you say that for me?
Was her name Annalise? What?
No. North Harbor
Oh,
Boulevard.
North
Oh,
Harbor.
lava.
North Harbor Boulevard in Santa Ana called 911 after they heard the woman crying for help for more than 30 minutes.
Whoa. It took them 30 minutes to be like, I guess we could call for help now.
Well, maybe they couldn't find her. I don't know. They just heard somebody calling for help, but, you know, she's trapped in an 8-inch space. It's not like everybody's thinking, hey, there's got to be a woman over there. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like they had to cut a hole in the wall. It was unclear how long she'd been there when help finally arrived. The unnamed, well, of course she's not going to be named. That's embarrassing as hell.
Yeah.
The unnamed woman had become wedged between the walls of an auto body shop and a car stereo store, where it was unclear how long she'd been there when employees heard her crying for help around 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Not long after, Santa Ana Police Department arrived on the scene, followed by the Ocean County Fire Authority. She was awake and alert the entire time. Thankfully, the woman remained conscious the entire time. She seemed to be able to communicate with rescuers throughout the ordeal, screaming, "I'm supposed to be here. I'm naked." And oh, wait, she didn't really say
How
that.
did she
I
get
was going to
there?
say, like, she said what?
I just made that up. I'm just ad-libbing. She was taken to a local hospital to be assessed, but she seemed to be okay. So,
Why are you ad-libbing the news? Where this is not CNN.
oh wait, it's not.
No.
Is it LSD or
Yes.
okay? I didn't get any of that stash.
I would just love to hear the story of how you end up naked, upside down.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Well,
I mean,
no one knows how she got there.
And neither does she.
But, well, this isn't something you see every day, clearly.
I'll go back to my previous question. Was tequila involved?
There's no explanation as to how the naked woman got wedged between two walls. We heard a lady in the back behind the shop screaming, 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 said the owner of the one shop. We called the cops, and the cops came and got on the roof and looked between the two walls, and she's all naked. She was in pain. She was screaming in pain. She was upside down too. There's no rain. There's not much rain in California. She wasn't trying to collect any rain.
I guess the thing to do when you hear women screaming is call 911 and make the cops come.
Well, she was naked, so I mean, but if that's all it takes, come on.
Hey, Rusty, what's that thing? How do you like your women again? Like your coffee?
I like my women like I like my coffee ground up and in the freezer.
There you go.
I like my women like I like my coffee, naked upside down between two buildings? Is that a thing now? No.
It is now.
Mr. Ruff.
Yes, sir.
What you up to, dude?
Not too much, actually.
Well, that's exciting.
Oh yeah, I have such an exciting life.
Do you have any? Do you have like a business or anything you want to promote, or?
No, actually, because of COVID and all the lockdowns and the prices of everything going up, we actually had to dissolve the business.
Oh, your wood got too expensive.
Yeah, it all
a lot of demand for his wood, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, 6 to 8 inches is about the average, but
that's a good size for a cross,
yeah.
Michael. I mean, wow, way to put it out there.
Now that it's getting colder and whatnot, because I do all the work in the garage, and the garage doors decided to be a bastard again this winter. So, but it's cold out there, so I don't do much work outside. But
you need a wood stove in there.
The wife and I are going back and forth about other things that we could build inside and decorate and stuff. And
what do you want to build inside? You've already redid like the whole kitchen and.
Well, right now, the next item on the docket is the bedroom wall, but I can't exactly sell that on Pinterest.
You can't sell
my bedroom wall.
No, but I mean, if you're doing things in a creative manner, for your house, by all means, it's good advertisement.
I do a lot of things in a creative manner.
Oh my god!
On his bedroom wall.
Just keep it out of the bedroom. Okay, guys, you know what to do. Once again, stick around right here off Track Syndicate. We shall return in un momento. Well, more than one, but anyway, you know what I mean. Dos momentos. I have a
wow, this is a shit show. What the hell?
Sorry, I'm not that entertaining tonight.
I have a headline here that I don't want to I don't think anybody wants to hear this, but I'll read it to you guys while we're off off the air. Professor claims
the YouTubes then?
No. Professor claims sexual attraction to children isn't always immoral.
String them up.
Who has a gun?
No.
That's I said I'm not going to do that story.
You said it to bring out our emotions, though. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said it. You wanted to piss us off.
Mission come.
Yeah.
How about female substitute teacher arrested for sending sexually explicit? No,
those are old.
No, yeah, well, that's how many are there? That's the problem. Is there's a lot of those stories. This one happens to be new. It was 2 days ago.
What pisses me off about the stories like that is the double standard involved. Like, oh, it's a male teacher preying on.
It was a lady.
Well, I know, but if you have a male teacher diddling little girls, it's like, oh my god, oh. But if it's a female teacher and they're high school boys, it's like all the dads are like, well, I'd that. I'm like, no, the standard's the standard. It's wrong is wrong is wrong is wrong is wrong. You're in a position of authority. It's wrong.
Hey,
I just don't like the double standard.
It is, and it still stunts the growth, the emotional growth of the boy. And the boy's going to have a hard time with attachment and having a healthy relationship.
What'd you say, Rusty?
What about the, it's in the messenger feed, the Hawaiian stream that smells like alcohol.
What? Oh, yeah, I'll get there.
Do that one.
Well, I'm looking for a story. And I'm not finding it.
What?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
up,
let me do
November 19th.
Let me do a logical fallacy real quick.
Please do.
While you're looking for that. And I just like saying fallacy.
Put it back, sorry, Melissa, put it back in the chat again. Copy, paste all that stuff, because I don't see it.
What stuff?
Whatever he's talking about.
I don't know.
I'll do it.
Yeah, go ahead. You can do it.
But go ahead, Malil.
Okay, we have covered cognitive biases the last couple of weeks. I'm going to do one logical fallacy, but trying to figure out logical fallacies is also like trying to figure out your cognitive bias. They're all intertwined into critical thinking. When we look at stories and when we make our decisions about something, check your biases and make sure you're not falling into a logical fallacy. And this is one I know I have been guilty of a lot, and I really need to check myself on this. And it's called ad hominem. Ad hominem, it's an abusive fallacy, and it's an abusive attack against someone making an argument instead of addressing the argument itself. So in other words, because somebody that you don't like is saying something, you're going to argue because you don't like the person, and it has nothing to do with the argument.
I heard it a little differently. I always heard ad hominem was you attack the person making the argument, not the argument.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I say
then
that?
I
yeah,
you did. You definitely heard that wrong.
It's the person. Deaf. Yeah, it's the person. You don't like the person. You find things to attack. Either they're stupid or they're culturally, or they're from a different political party, or they're from. I was
just gonna say this sounds very familiar.
Or a different. They don't like your football team or something. Ad hominem is Latin for against the man. And it's one of the most common logical fallacies and often the bread and butter of political debates and campaigns.
So in other words, it would be like me holding up a picture of something that's blue and say, this is blue. And they would say, you're a jerk. You're a racist.
Exactly. Somebody that doesn't like you because either you're conservative or you're on off track or you're a truck driver or, they're attacking a part of you and not even addressing the argument. This offender occurs when someone attacks directly the person making the argument rather than criticizing the argument itself. I'm going
to call everybody out because it's prevalent on the left and the right. And it's one of the reasons why I completely walked away from politics in general. It's because the left and the right seem to be fighting for their moral ground, their moral high ground, but they want to achieve it by very immoral means. They're like, oh, well, you're a libtard. Oh, well, you're a conservatard, or you're a, it's just like everyone's just, everyone does it on the left and the right. It just pisses me off.
And who is really, I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but who is really bad about that?
People.
Trump
supporters.
Well,
not Trump supporters.
No, Donald Trump was
Donald
bad about
Trump,
that.
not his supporter. Well, maybe
really
his supporters too, but I don't want to paint Trump supporters in any kind of picture because they're all different. But Trump himself would be like when he would little Marco or small hands, whatever, and he would attack them instead of whatever he didn't agree with.
That is actually true. No matter how much we agree with his policies, he wasn't really a nice guy sometimes.
There's a lot of arrested development going on there.
But once again,
It's tremendous.
that doesn't have anything to do with his policies. And the same goes for someone on the other side of the aisle. And regardless of politicians, the constituents of either side, there's people who just cannot have a intellectual conversation about something without attacking the person that they're trying to interact with.
The most important thing is to try to find common ground with people like that instead of attacking. I mean, because we conservatives do that every freaking day with Joe Biden. How many of us had said, "Oh, I'm glad Joe Biden is doing this," and then the response will be, "Because he didn't do anything good."
Well,
same thing with Trump. The liberals would say, "Why can't you say anything good?" Because he didn't do anything good. All he does is rabble rouse and use.
It is a little different in what I'm about to go into here. I had mentioned, I think, a couple of weeks ago that I had spoken with a person who I had a conversation with, and they're on the left. I mean, that's just a fact. They were not irrational. Well, they weren't belligerent. They were very calm. They didn't call me names or anything, of the sort. But I mean, and like I do if I ever get into the political realm of a conversation, it's like, look, both sides suck. Okay. I went down that avenue.
Oh,
but this person was like, "Oh, well, no, that's just not true."
Chris and I were talking about this last night, and it doesn't matter if it's politics. It doesn't matter if it's the vaccine. It doesn't matter if it's music, movies, whatever. You have two sides, and the best way to equate it is trench warfare of World War I. You got the one side coming out, making their attacks and going back into their trench. And then the other side comes out, makes their attacks, and goes back into the trench. And there's no headway because no one's willing to meet in the middle and be like, okay, well, why don't you? Or why do you? Or why did you do that? Or no, we don't do that. We do this. No one has that conversation. So it's all just peeking out of the trench, firing a couple shots and going back down again. And it's everywhere. It's politics. It's like anything in politics. You have the whether it's like, well, we like his policies, but he's a jerk, or the vaccine is a perfect example. And then each side is so militant on winning that they don't care about
the truth,
anything. They just
they don't care about the facts.
Right. But if both sides think that they're right, they're never going to accomplish shit.
This goes to me. It goes completely further than politics. It is literally life, to where you have people who just okay, let me go at it this way.
Hubris.
I think that if you really want to have, like Mike was stating, if you want to have an intellectual and mature conversation with somebody, a disagreement, you have to find common ground. And I think the best way to do that, this is my opinion here, is to find in that conversation where you believe, like as an individual yourself, where some things you may agree with that other person with first. Preface that.
But you have to examine yourself when you're going into a conversation that that they disagree, whether it's, like Mike said, whether it's the vaccine or whether it's politics, because some people know they're like, I know I'm right, and I just have to say this. I just have to get it out so they know where I stand. You don't. No, you need to find common ground and keep it there and leave your hubris at home.
Well, it's like what Whiskey said. It goes beyond politics. I mean, I've seen drag out like yelling matches over Star Wars. And then
wait, what? Are you serious?
No.
Because where do you draw the line? I mean, you can't be you can't come to common ground on abortion.
No, you can't. But there's.
I think
we're making headway in that. We're making headway in abortion though because of science.
But two things. Two things are required in order for people to meet in the no man's land and to have a conversation.
Matt Holloway's in the house, by the way.
First thing is introspection.
Yeah.
You have to know.
Introspection.
You have to have introspection. Okay, I'm gonna add a third one, but okay.
Yeah.
Know thyself.
So you have to know yourself before you can even have a conversation.
Check
with
your
anybody.
biases. Know your biases.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to know exactly where you stand. How do you know exactly where you stand? The one I'm adding, you have to do the research. You can't just be like, oh, well, Facebook said, or, oh, I read it on the internet. Like, no, do your research. Get as many different sources from as many different views as you can, compile it, and make a well-informed opinion of yourself. The last one is that you have to be able to know where your line is. So you'd be like, okay, we're at an impasse. We agree to disagree. We agreed on A and B. We'll never agree on B and C. Have a nice day. It's not like, well, your mother sells snowblowers or whatever your insult wants to be. It's just like no, to know where you stand, do the research, and know when you're not going to know when there's an impasse, and just be like, hey, we're not going to make any headway. So let's just agree to disagree and walk away.
Okay, so you don't make any headway. So where does that come in policy making? I mean, if you're going to be firm on this, and they're going to be firm on this. So where does with abortion, where do you give it? Well, okay, all right. So maybe after the 6th week, then you shouldn't do that. But
Progressive.
I mean, how do you
at the voting polls? You do the research on the candidates, and then you got to start local. You do the research on the candidates. Like, I agree with everything but one thing of them, and I don't agree with anything on them. So you want to vote for the ones that you agree with the most. Yes, it's the lesser of two evils. Yes, yada yada yada. Go ahead.
No, well, I was just going to say, let's take this to no. You're good. I want to go along with that. This is to add to what you guys are saying here. Let's take this in a different avenue. A husband and wife, they absolute disagree on something that is very important to their family. And how, where, and sometimes there's not a compromise. It's either one way or the other. It's like going on a trip, or
remember,
it could be something completely.
Remember what Doc used to say about being a husband? Do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy?
But
well, I mean, and in some cases you have to.
But
be
why does
right.
that only fall on the man?
No,
That's the problem.
he did it for his
sake. I agree, but look,
yeah,
when you say
true.
that, people think, well, yep, absolutely.
No, I know a
Mom's
woman
not happy,
who is,
nobody's happy.
I know a woman who is very, very demanding when it comes to, she has to have the last word and she has to win every single argument. But she has Arrested Development too. So anyway, I don't talk to her anymore. But it goes for both sides. You're right.
No, I've tried to tell some people. I don't know this. Of course, I'm going off track. This is completely crazy, but it's unbelievable to me how many men bitch when they're with a bunch of men about how bad their marriage is.
You should look. That goes both ways.
They do. They really do.
And so you can't talk to your partner about what the hell's going on. So well, she's just a rah rah rah.
You should be able to admit during if someone says, hey, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt here. If someone says, hey man, what's wrong, man? Something's bothering you. And then you start bitching. The first thing you should be able to do is say, you know what? I understand her point on this and this and this, and this is my point on this. I mean, because otherwise you're just bitching. You're not solving anything.
Yeah.
If you want your friends to give you some advice, if that's what you're asking for, you should be able to say, look, I'm wrong about this, or I'm not sure I'm correct about this, but this is what I feel. This is what I think. People in general, this is not guys or girls. People in general do this shit every day.
Yep.
There is no introspection. There is no, look, I want you to think that I'm right. It's confirmation bias.
And it's also our victim culture. People want you to feel bad for them.
Yeah. And it's also an inability to compromise.
I can't solve anything if someone just thinks I'm a victim. If I really want constructive, advice, I have to be able to admit that I may be wrong, because I've been wrong a lot in my life. You know
what? You've been wrong?
Yeah, damn right. Well, that one time, you know,
I don't.
that one time I was wrong because I thought I made a mistake for whatever, you know.
Mistakes were made, but not by me.
Yeah, that's a book. Who wrote that book, Melissa?
I don't know, but I sent it to you. They just revised it 2021 in March.
Wait, were they wrong? They had to redo it.
They had to revise it.
They made a mistake.
They had to update it for current events.
Yeah,
They revised it because they knew the women were wrong.
That's right, Leslie. Once you speak words in anger, they're out forever. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. I think, you know what, Leslie, that is probably one of the most simplest and important things that we could learn from right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's tough. Don't get me wrong, because I think if you can sit here and say, well, I've never been angry and you know, spoken things that I can't take back. Bullshit. I don't believe you. Yeah. I think everybody's done it, right? Some are better than others, admittedly.
Erica said, damn it, I'm wholly introspective. Really?
I will say that person is good at saying that they were wrong. Erica, you know, we've all talked in the chat rooms or, you know, whatever, and she's good at it. That's as far as I know her, though, you know, so I don't know. Maybe she's wrong all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, most of us are, because it's usually subjective. If you're gonna be competing all the time with somebody you're talking to, then you're always wrong in somebody's eyes.
One of the most humorous almost arguments I've had with my wife was we were both correct at the point. We were both right, but she was arguing this. We were arguing the same point. We were on the same side of the argument, but we were arguing it from different perspectives.
Yep.
And then, like, once we stopped, we took a step back. Like, why are we arguing about this? We agree with each other. Like,
well, yes, doesn't that drive? Look, I've had that happen. Once again, most of us probably have. You know, at the point, and I have come to the point, me personally, to where I'm like, I'm agreeing with you. And this isn't just, you know, with a wife or, you know, whatever, with friends. I'm like, I actually agree with you on all this.
Yeah.
But I just want you to think about this as well.
But, you know, sometimes you just need to pull out that stick and beat that horse. And you're like,
well, I guess at that point, Melissa, why are you hiding?
Look, you just have to remember, and Melissa said this about one of her friends. You sometimes you have to stand back and literally think, you do not have to win every fight. You really don't.
No, it's not.
Pick your battles. It's a thing.
Exactly.
Yes,
pick your battles.
You pick your battles. And Judy and I have early on, we realized that, you know, screaming at each other gets you nowhere. And when one of us realizes, hey, this is going just a little too far, you know, it's like we offer the pinky. And when the pinky comes out, you know, you hook it, and it's like, we'll stop, you know, and we will come back to this. You know, I love you. We got to stop, and we'll come back and talk, because, you know, it gets heated, and you say stuff, and it's like, whoa, give me the pinky. We'll come back to this.
Yeah, and I will say on that, Rusty, that I regardless of whether it's a pinky or some other gesture you may use, some type of gesture I think is warranted in situations like this, because, you know, look, in the case of a, you know, husband and wife, or you know, a man and woman, or a partnership, relationship, however you want to look at that or say that, you love that person, and the last thing you should want to do is lash out and just like Leslie said, say things that you don't mean out of emotion.
well, my wife and I
Hurtful.
have we have an agreement, and then I'll go into how I handle but our first agreement is we do not argue about anything that we have no control over. So if it's something
safe
outside of our sphere of control, we don't argue about it. We're just like, well, that shit sucks. And then we come together to figure out how we're going to deal with it together. Because there's no point in arguing if it's like, oh my, it's too warm today, and I can't fix it. What's the point of arguing about it? And then
is
the
what
one thing I've been in and out of therapy for a while, and one thing I've learned of a system called fair fighting. It's pretty much you use I statements, like I believe that this, or
you always start with I.
Exactly. Well, yeah, because
and not you, because if you start with you, they're under attack. If you start with
and then they go
I,
straight to the defensive. So they'll be like, well, I believe that I'm being mistreated because ... and she's less defensive. And and it works great. Yes, we still have our rare moments, but we use snark and sarcasm at each other like it's going out of style. And we actually communicate our frustrations through sarcasm. So they're like, I'm frustrated, this is why, but I'm kind of joking about it with you so we can make light of it, so we can discuss.
Would that be considered a little
without fighting?
Right.
Is that kind of considered passive aggressiveness?
No, not that way, because you want it's a big form of communication, but you're not necessarily putting that person down. It's a form of communication to where you're voicing what you want, but you're also communicating. I don't want to make this a big thing. I don't want to argue.
Yeah.
Right. No, I can.
Passive aggressive would be Whiskey. If you and I were roommates and it was your job to empty the dishwasher.
I'm not emptying the shit. What are you talking about? That's your job.
This is hypothetical.
I know.
It's your job to empty the dishwasher, and then like you're standing in the kitchen, and I open it and it's empty. Like, well, passive aggressive would be like, well, I guess I'm emptying this. That would be more passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Or you've been on his nuts about emptying the dishwasher for so long. Sean just takes the dishwasher and throws it outside and said, "Well, I emptied it."
That'd be a little bit more than passive. That would be forward passive.
I think that's just aggressiveness. There's
How did we get here? How did we get to where we're at now?
You know what? We're doing a little life in progress. In
just remember, life in progress. Check your intent when you plan to argue.
Check your what?
Check your intent. Is your intent if your intent is to change someone's mind, you have to find common ground first. If your intent is to hurt and to be if your intent is to hurt and to be right, remember, if you're trying to prove yourself right, you're making the other person wrong. And then do you want that person to feel slighted?
Well, unfortunately, too many people are happy in the trenches.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just said something so key. There are a lot of people in this world who, I know Rusty knows who I'm thinking of too, right off the bat, but nameless. People who just are not happy unless they're
miserable,
unless they're making other people miserable, maybe, or I don't know how to say that, but unless they're fighting. It's like that's where they get their kicks. And I just don't
know a couple of people like that.
Understand that. I love a good debate, don't get me wrong.
But there's a difference between a debate and then flat out
and I think there's a lot of people who feel as though if there is a debate that they're being yelled at or they're being argued with or something.
Yeah.
Like, look, we can disagree. It's okay. We're human. We're not the same people. We cannot come together on every single item, no matter, we could be best friends for 45 years and we will not agree on every single thing, period.
No, if I like you, I want to know what you're thinking and where you're coming from. If you want to know me, you're going to listen, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Come to the same conclusion. Who are you?
I didn't hear you, Michael. Did you say something?
No.
Okay. I think we all have things to learn. Look, and if you meaning everyone, let me.
Now I'm feeling attacked
because I'm not pointing fingers. If someone can go through life and think they've got it all figured out, and they're not broken, and they they got their shit together, they're full of it.
Mm-hmm.
We all have learning to do until the day we die.
They're either a better person than me or they're just full of crap.
Oh no! If that's how they are, they must be Jesus. I'm just saying, they're perfect because I know I'm not. Look, we all have our faults, and you know what? Sometimes faults can be fun.
And
If you're your best friend, if you pick at each other and joke around with each other and give them shit, because they did this, they messed this up, whatever, and you guys can laugh at that, and that's the relationship you have. I think it's kind of healthy. I don't know if it is, but that's my thought on that. I don't know. Melissa, do you see that?
I do. I really do. Because you're not like going to be like all wussy and roll over because if your best friend says something you don't agree with.
Right.
You're not going to be like, oh, yeah, you're right, just to pacify them. You still got to stand up for yourself, but the intent and the delivery and the love will come through in the conversation.
Yeah, it's kind of like him being Air Force.
Well, I can't tell that story. That person's not here to I don't think she's here to defend herself.
Yeah, so before we get off this topic, I just want to I want to say this again. I know I said this on the show before, but my new favorite quote is authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who you think you're supposed to be and embracing who you are.
That's pretty profound.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah, I wrote it. It's hanging up on my wall because I love it so much.
You know what? I think if you were, you know what I think you should do? I think you should call Ron Phillips over at Rumika Designs and have him make you that sign.
I should. Where would I get that again? How would I find it?
RumikaDesigns.com.
Oh, okay.
I was going to ask about that because I saw it scrolling around Professor Rusty Lugnuts'.
You've been out of the loop for a while, haven't you?
I have been out of the loop for a long time.
You should go to RumikaDesigns.com and check out all the stuff Ron, Misty, and Katie have been up to in the last.
Okay, so has Ron had his hands all over it?
Yeah, Ron, Misty, Katie.
But as long as Ron's touched it, I'm definitely going to get something.
It's a pretty big deal.
Oh, you got to pay extra for DNA, don't you?
They are growing. I mean, I wish. Yeah, there's all kinds of things over there. You should go check them out. RumikaDesigns.com. They can make. Look, they're making everything. You got a suggestion? Yeah.
No, actually, because I saw it scrolling along Rusty's thing, so I went there real quick to check it out. I love their shot glasses.
Yes, aren't those awesome?
Yeah, I was like, I got a chuckle out of that. Like,
yeah, they have lots of products over there.
I believe if you go to mojo50.com and give a $25 donation to keep Mojo50 alive, don't you?
That sounds like they're dying, Rusty.
You get something. Well, I mean, look, it costs money to keep all this stuff going.
It does.
And,
yeah, all this.
Well, I mean, yeah, and. So, I think you get a Christmas ornament or something. I don't remember.
I need to talk to somebody at Mojo because Sean's got a heck of a studio. Lugnuts is broadcasting from space, and then they give Melissa a barn. That's not fair at all.
Yeah, she's
church. It's a tent church, but
a tent
stuff.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Guys, once again, and like the donation, go over to warhorselegacy.org. And give your $5 entry donation, and you could get your special custom limited time hoodie.
$10 gets you 2 entries.
That's right. Well, look, 100 is 20. So just saying.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna end up giving the highest donation, the person who gives the highest amount, whether they win the hoodie or not, and all this stuff, they might get a T-shirt out of it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, look, you can get some limited edition stuff now. On our Teespring thing. If you'll go to Off Track Syndicate Facebook page, click the shop button.
Yes, and don't forget warhorselegacy.org. Donate, guys. Love you guys. Thanks so much for joining us, and we shall see you next week, Mr. Ruff. Thanks for joining us, brother. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Come back and visit, and bring your friends with you next time.
I tried putting it out there.
No, you're. Never mind. Well,